Velvety, nutritious overnight oats. Perfect for busy mornings.
We're going to do 3 of my family's favorite overnight oats. That's going to be apple pie, chocolate mocha, and PB&J. Let's get started.
I've already got oats into the jars. I like to use pint jars with a wide mouth. The wide mouth tops are just easier to use. The first oats I'm making are the PB&J oats. I'm adding chia seeds. They're totally optional. This is vanilla. Because I used peanut butter, I'm adding some chopped peanuts. You could use almond butter and almonds or whatever nut butter and nuts that you like. All of these recipes are very adaptable to whatever you like. My plant milk goes in and I give it a good mix. I'm going to add a heaping spoonful of peanut butter and then 2 spoonfuls of jam. You can use whichever jam makes your heart happy. I tested this recipe with 1 tablespoon of jam and the flavor got lost, so now I'm using 2. I've omitted a sweetener like maple syrup because the jam is sweet enough, at least for me. And I'm only slightly mixing the nut butter and jam through. I don't want them completely incorporated. We're now moving on to the chocolate mocha. This oatmeal is a favorite among coffee lovers. I'm using cocoa powder and this oatmeal to add the chocolate flavor. Then I add espresso powder, vanilla, maple syrup, plant milk, a pinch of salt to boost the flavor, which is totally optional. And some chopped walnuts. You could add any nut that you like or no nuts whatsoever. You do you. I didn't add chia seeds, but there's definitely room for them if you'd like to add them. A good mix, and this one is finished. Finally, the apple pie oatmeal. This might be my favorite. I'm starting with some unsweetened applesauce. Vanilla and maple syrup go in. This is cinnamon and a pinch of nutmeg. Chopped dates and some chopped pecans. I don't know why, but I really love pecans with the apple pie flavor. A tiny pinch of salt and the plant milk goes in. I'm using about half of a small apple. This is a Honeycrisp apple. They aren't getting cooked, so I like to keep the pieces small. Even though there isn't much space left, I want to make sure the apples are covered so that they do not oxidize. All the jars get covered and go into the fridge overnight. Keep watching to see how I top these delicious little brickies. The oats are done. Let's check them out. They're all so creamy and the texture is perfect for me. But if you like them a little less thick, simply add more plant milk or slightly reduce the amount of oats. I like to top mine with some yogurt. This is one of my favorite vegan brands of yogurt. To the chocolate mocha oats, I like to add yogurt, fresh raspberries, and some cacao nibs. apple pie oats, I made a topping of dates, pecans, and cinnamon and did a quick pulse in the blender. And finally, the peanut butter and jelly oatmeal. I'm adding more jam because it's good. Honestly, you guys could top your oats with whatever you like. I'm adding yogurt and fresh strawberries. Don't these look amazing, guys? I can guarantee that they taste even better than they look. Which one are you gonna try first? Hearty, delicious, and so easy to put together. I'm just starting by mashing a banana. This will help sweeten the oats. A ripe banana would be easiest to smash and the sweetest. To make the morning easier, this dish could be assembled at night and put into the oven the next morning. Rolled oats go in next. Be sure to use certified gluten-free if you are celiac. I also add a bit of oat flour. This will help the baked oats be a bit more cake-like. Baking soda, cinnamon, flax meal, and a pinch of salt will give this dish more flavor, more nutrition, and a bit of lift. Walnuts add to the heartiness and can easily be replaced with pecans, pistachios, or whatever nuts you like. For a bit more sweetness, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and some vanilla. The maple syrup can easily be increased if you like a sweeter dish or left out completely. One of my favorite parts of this dish is the blueberries. I'm using frozen. Raspberries would be amazing, as well as strawberries, peaches, apples, or most any other fruit. A bit of melted butter and your favorite plant milk go in. Then give it a really good mix. I'm using an 8x8 Pyrex dish. The bottom and sides need to be either sprayed or oiled. The mixture goes in and the top smoothed out. One of the best reasons to make baked oatmeal is that you can add a topping that gets baked in. I've tried a couple different toppings, but I think that jam is my favorite. I'm just adding a few tablespoons and spreading it around the top. Other toppings could be nuts or seeds, coconut flakes, a crumb topping, or whatever you like. When it comes comes out of the oven, it's crispy on top, creamy inside, and full of flavor. I love topping the baked oatmeal with yogurt, a bit of tahini, and cacao nibs. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe. It's free, and my channel cannot grow without you.
These 4 overnight oats recipes are so easy to make and very delicious. Just start them the night before and add your toppings in the morning. What a great way to start the day. I'm starting with the very delicious strawberry cheesecake overnight oats.
I'm blending the milk with some strawberries to give the oats a big strawberry flavor. All of my recipes give a thick oatmeal result, but if you like thinner oatmeal, simply add a bit more milk. You can use any plant milk you like in these oats. I use soy milk in some and oat milk in others. You do you. Honestly, they all work, so use whatever you like. I use old-fashioned rolled oats in these recipes and highly recommend that you do also. The quick cooking oats tend to get very mushy and unpleasant. Hey, if you're celiac, be sure to use the certified gluten-free oats. And a bit of maple syrup. You can leave this out if you prefer it less sweet. Give it a good mix and into the fridge it goes. Overnight, or at least 4 hours, works best. The cheesecake part is equal parts cream cheese and yogurt. Sour cream would also work really well here instead of the yogurt, along with some vanilla. You can sweeten the mixture if you like. Graham crackers really elevate these oats. I like to layer crushed grahams on the bottom and again at the top of the oats. Of course, $7 crackers usually come mostly broken. Feel free to add more or less of the toppings. Almost all of the recipes that I create can be adjusted to whatever you like. The oats really turned pink. These containers of oats make about 1 to 3 servings each, depending on how hungry you are. I'm just spooning the oats on top of the bottom layer of graham crackers and adding some chopped strawberries in the middle layer, then the cheesecake mixture. And another layer of crushed grahams. How pretty is that? And trust me when I say that it tastes equally good. It's really one of my favorites.
The next recipe is the very vibrant key lime pie oats.
This one starts very easily with oats, plant milk, a bit of maple syrup, and some chopped pecans. All of the recipes will be listed in the description box below. I like to use a 16-ounce mason jar with a lid to make my oats.
Doesn't fit right.
Once you get the right lid on, give it a good shake and into the fridge it goes. Time to top our oats. I'm adding the lime flavor to the yogurt here, some lime zest and juice. No, I did not actually use key limes for this recipe, but you are more than welcome to. I remember when I made my first ever key lime pie, I did buy a giant bag of key limes and I juiced every one of those suckers by hand. And that was the last time I ever actually used key limes. Honestly, the flavor is so similar that for me, regular Persian limes are just fine. I'm using the same lime that I zested for the juice. The more juice and zest you use, the more of a lime flavor you will get in your overnight oats. Since a typical key lime pie crust is made from graham crackers, I'm using them again in this recipe. You could definitely replace the grahams with ground pecans if you like, which would taste good, but wouldn't be as good as the grahams are in this dish. Once the bottom crust is in place, add the overnight oats and then the yogurt. More crushed grahams go on top, and you could add more zest if you like. While this one may not be as beautiful as a strawberry cheesecake, I promise you the flavor is super delicious. This one is also my favorite.
Now I'm making the very flavorful lemon raspberry overnight oats.
Starting with the dry oats, I'm adding some chia seeds to this dish. Maple syrup goes in along with the plant milk. And I'm adding some lemon zest to the oats. A good shake and it's off to the fridge.
Thank you so much for watching my video. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe. It's a great way to boost the channel and it's free.
For lemon flavor, I'm adding half a squeezed lemon into the yogurt. You could add more lemon for a more lemony flavor, or even add more zest into the yogurt. I like to add a couple of soft raspberries to the yogurt and mix them around for color. Time for layering. I start with the overnight oats, then the yogurt, and then the raspberries. All of the recipes will be listed in the description box below. If I wanted to do this over again, I'd layer the raspberries in the middle and then the yogurt and then a couple more raspberries on top, just to make it look prettier. I wish you guys could hear my husband telling me that I'm using too many raspberries here, and I really did use too many. You could also squeeze a bit more lemon on top or add some lemon zest to the top of the raspberries. This is a really simple but delicious way to eat oats.
Finally, the popular matcha overnight oats.
I start with oats as usual and add matcha powder. I used 1.5 teaspoons of matcha for this recipe. Matcha can be bitter if you aren't used to the flavor, so I recommend that you adjust the amount of matcha to whatever level you are comfortable with. Maple syrup goes in, and then the plant milk. A good mix, and into the fridge it goes. What a beautiful green color the oats have become. For layering, I start with the oats. This Forager brand is my favorite vegan yogurt. It's so creamy and has a great flavor. Not sponsored. I wanted to have a bit of crunch, so I top with some of my homemade granola. There's a link to the granola recipe in the description box if you're interested. And for fruit, I like to add blueberries and kiwi to give the dish some great colors and flavors. That's really a showstopper and tastes so good. Delicious chocolate peanut butter oat bars. These are the ingredients for the chocolate peanut butter oat bars. The recipe will be in the description box below. After putting in the dry ingredients, then add the wet ingredients. Press down the oat mixture firmly. Microwave the chocolate chips and peanut butter, specific instructions below. Spread the chocolate peanut butter mixture around until evenly coated. Carrot cake overnight oats really hits a spot when you're craving the real thing. I can't believe this is healthy.